Thank you. Thank you. We'll try to adjust that. First, I want to start by thanking all of you for joining us today for this special celebration. Thank you. A special thanks to those who made today possible, particularly the parents of the bride and groom, Mom, Dad, Jim and Sue. Or Jim and Sue back there. Okay. And most of all, thank you, Marc and Kristen, for working so hard and putting everything together today. And, I think that how well things have turned out today, is evidence of how much hard work you put in. So, thank you so much for doing that. For those of you who don't know me, I am Marc's older brother, Dave, and as a direct result... And as a direct result, I have known Marc his entire life. So some portions of which I am really going to enjoy sharing with all of you today. I was really honored when Marc asked me to be his best man, and for the record, I'm not really the best man here. I just happen to be a really awesome guy. The best man here today, of course, is my brother and groom, Marc Rossi. So, when putting together this speech, I used Google and I looked for noteworthy events that took place on October 23rd, 1980, which was the day that Marc was born. And it appears as if absolutely nothing took place that day whatsoever. But the University Medical Center at Princeton still knows it today as Big Baby Thursday. So, though a bit big for his age. And I think if you saw some of the pictures in the reception area, Marc was just this, bright-eyed kid, big smile, full of wonder. What are other ways I can describe it? Well, Marc was, and still is, a bit of a mama's boy. Which... so am I, and with a mom like ours, how could you not be, right? We kid each other all the time over, which one of us is our parents' favorite son, but I'm very careful not to go too far with it. You just cannot, because you do not want to make Marc angry. One time, a prospective employer ran a background check on him, and the rap sheet that came back was pretty extensive. Arson, burglary, insurance fraud. Now, Marc claims that this is the classic 21st century mix-up with the, a guy with the same name from the same town, but some of us have had our doubts. Regardless of whether Marc has a criminal record or not, I think that we can all agree that he's a lot calmer since he met Kristen. Those of us here who know Marc from his rider days know him, as the shaved head, goatee, nobody beats the Wiz t-shirt wearing. And if you talk to anybody who's just cheering, I'm sure that they're going to have some story about Marc that involves some amazing feat of strength that has a punchline that ends like the internet Chuck Norris jokes that are going around. So,
oh my God.
That was the time that Marc created a giraffe by uppercutting a horse. Or, that was when Marc punted a possum 10 feet in the air across a parking lot. Or when he beat Crash at a keg throwing contest. Or when he took a knife for P. Diddy and saved his life. This man right here. So now that I've articulated all these things, I've got to address the elephant in the room and the question that's on everybody's mind, which is, how did Marc get a girl like Kristen, right? I mean, she is beautiful, she's funny, she's smart, she's ambitious, she's caring. She comes from a phenomenal family who I've only just gotten the opportunity to know over the last 2 years. And might I add that you look absolutely stunning tonight, Kristen, really. Kristen, you know, she deserves to be happy and find a man of her dreams, but fortunately for Mark, he arrived before she found him, right? Oh, there's more. I think, you know, all kidding aside, I think that we can all agree that Marc and Kristen are truly great individuals, and together they make an unstoppable couple. I mean, combined they've got 2 undergraduate degrees, 2 MBAs, and 2 Six Sigma green belts, right? Between the two of you, or is it only one? Well, listen, one is still very impressive enough. Or more accurately, ladies and gentlemen, they represent the most powerful corporate accounting couple in the history of Doylestown, Pennsylvania. So, in front of you today. Marc, I want to leave you with a bit of advice today that Dad gave me, actually, when Terry and I got married 3 years ago. And coincidentally, is the same bit of advice that has passed through the Rossi and Davis families for generations. So whenever you and Kristen get into a disagreement, and this includes any future disagreements over spring training, interleague, or World Series matchups between the Yankees and Phillies, always make sure you get the last 2 words in at the end of an argument. Yes, dear, right? Thank you, Dad. The thing that I appreciate most about my brother is, is his excellent judgment, and I think that we all agree that he's exercising here today. I will always remember when Marc came to me and said that he had met the girl that he was going to marry, and 6 months later I met Kristen on what I believe was their first date on New Year's Eve of 2007, and I checked the book to make sure. So. Since that point, the two of you have been inseparable, and we've all had the pleasure of watching your relationship grow. And, the thing that strikes me is that, none of this was a surprise to you, Marc. You knew the entire time. And boy, were you ever right. So, congratulations. If you'll all raise your glasses, I'd like to pose a short toast to quote a famous philosopher, she loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. And with a love like that, you know you should be glad. So congratulations. Yeah.